What's going on? It's your man, the Dominican Dream, for the Boxing Round Table, and I am ready to talk boxing. These are my post-weekend thoughts, post-fight weekend thoughts on the fight this weekend, particularly the fight in Las Vegas. I'm only going to talk about that. David Benavidez is a fucking monster. It's undeniable at this point. Mandatory right now, he's top 5 pound for pound. The only fighter in history to win titles at 168, 175, and cruiserweight, 200. Me personally, I got him top 3 pound for pound. In a way, Usyk, Benavidez, Bam, and Shakur Stevens. Me, my top 5 pound for pound. Why? Because Benavidez has gone up. Yeah. For example, somebody like Bam and Shakur, they go up 2, 3, up to 5 pounds. Shakur's last fight, he went up from 135 to 140 to defeat Teofimo Lopez in a whitewash boxing clinic, right? Showing his defense, his inability to get hit. Cool. That's great. It's impressive. Albeit Teofimo Lopez, just like Zurdo Ramirez, has his flaws. Teofimo Lopez is a talented fighter who's as inconsistent as he is talented. And Zurdo Ramirez is not that talented. At best, a good fighter. The difference is Shakur and Bam go up again 2, 3, 5 pounds. Benavidez went up 25. 25. Outboxed, outbeat, and demolished, stopped his opponent. And that's the difference. And he has a trend of doing that. You know, he's going up in weight divisions and he's propagating beatdowns on fighters. Not only dominating, but he's dominating by beatdown. He's doing all 3 things. He's outboxing you, outsmarting you, and outfighting, outdogging you, and taking you out. Now, there's a narrative that's pissing me off. And it's people now, pointing to heavyweight, talking about Usyk. Look, let's slow that shit down. Benavidez himself said it in the post-fight interview, the post-fight press conference. Leave that heavyweight shit. Leave that shit alone, man. That talk, leave that alone. I just came up to 200. It was difficult for me. He actually weighed in at 202 pounds on fight night. So he wasn't even that big. People act like this motherfucker some kind of, butterbean. Yes, he was small when he was a kid. Things have changed. He got in the gym. He worked his ass off. He got his weight down. He's the size that he is today. He's not 250 pounds, 230. He weighed in at 196 and came in on fight night at 202 pounds. So slow that shit down. Now, there are some preoccupations that I have. I don't want him, and I said this before this fight, and I mentioned it. I don't want him now. He just moved up the cruiser. I don't want him coming back down to 175. I don't recommend it. It's not recommendable. We all saw what happened with Conor Ben moving up and then wanting to come back down off the gate. He did not look good. He looked like a drug addict, like a fiend at the weigh-in, and he looked like that on fight night against Regis Pro Race as well. Benavidez is no exception. He's another human being, just like Conor Ben. And look, you felt good up there. I don't think he's a full-blown cruiserweight at this point. He weighed in 4 pounds under the limit. He still hasn't filled that at the weight, but he's good enough. He's good enough because of his sheer will, his mentality, his discipline, his stamina, his balls, and his skill. The guy has defense. The guy can use a jab. The guy mixes up punches to the body and head. The guy knows how to place his punches well. He's smart. The way he picks off his shots on the inside or while he's mid to outside range, and he does that that jump back step like he did against Morrell, he knows what he's doing. The dude can fight. He's been sparring world champions since he was 15 years old. That kind of shit pays off. It pays off. But what I would like him to do is stay at cruiserweight, fight Jai Opetaia. I know there are some business issues with that, given the Zuffa situation. Opetaia just signed the Zuffa. Benavidez is a PBC fighter who now holds 2 titles of the two of the 4 known sanctioning bodies and only sanctioning bodies in boxing. That's the WBO, WBA, WBC, and IBF. I think Benavidez has the WBO and WBA. I am not certain. Don't quote me on that. But I think those are the 2 titles that he has. Opetaia was stripped or gave up the titles to pursue because of his Zuffa contract, and now he has a Zuffa world title championship. Look, there's one name in boxing that can make anything happen. It's one word. One name, one word, Turkey. If he wants that fight with Opetaia, it's going to happen. If he wants to fight with Bivol, it's going to happen. I would rather see him fight Opetaia because, again, I don't want him coming back down in weight. But if he does come back down in weight and fight Bivol, then listen, then it is what it is. Who are we to argue with Benavidez? I don't recommend it. I think coming back down and fighting a guy like Bivol, who's one of the best fighters in the sport, not a style that I like because, yes, he can box, yes, he can punch, but he has that Eastern European amateur style where he does just enough to win. He can knock you out, but he chooses not to because he has that amateur style programmed into him. Get his points and get out. Get his points and get out. Get his points and get out. No, I like the Benavidez style. I like the style where, yes, I can outbox you, I can outfight you, I can outsmart you, but I can knock your ass out. I can finish you, and I'm gonna do that. And I much rather watch that because that's what I'm used to growing up in the 90s and watching those kind of fighters, right? When you look at the 80s and 90s, Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler, De La Hoya, Roberto Duran, Fernando Vargas, etc. The list goes on and up and down all the weight classes. If the great fighters, if they had you ready to go, you were gone. If you were ready to go, you was out of there. So I'd rather much see that style and fighters finish their opponents and do what they should do, what they're able to do. So I'm not a fan of Bivol, but I can't deny the dude's skill. The dude is a very good fighter, tremendously disciplined. I don't recommend Benavidez going down again and fighting someone like him. Now, if Benavidez is the champion at 175 and at cruiserweight, why not get Bivol to come up to cruiserweight and to get a shot at the cruiserweight title, right? Because Benavidez has already been a champion at 175. Well, shit, then let Bivol lure him up to to try to get that cruiserweight title, and he's Bivol was a champion at 168 and 175. Well, he will probably like a cruiserweight title as well. Get him up there and get it popping up there. And if he brings him up to 190 to cruiserweight, he's going to do the same thing to him that he's been doing to everybody. He's going to sleep. Had this fight been at 175 before Benavidez went up to cruiserweight, I would have him beating down Bivol as well. So right now, Benavidez can't be beat. At a weight that he's comfortable at, he can't be beat. My only concern, remember what I just said, a weight that he's comfortable at. My only concern is when he comes back down, will he be comfortable? Or will he be drained? So you can't go in there drained against somebody like Bivol because he's a very, very good fighter. So that's my advice to David Benavidez. But this shit about him going up to heavyweight, slow that shit down. The guy, he was at 168, went up to 175, and went up to cruiserweight, and he stopped this guy in 6 rounds. beat him down, beat him up. Again, that's why I have him top 3 pound for pound. Let me know what you guys think. But I just want to put the rest of that narrative of him going up to heavyweight immediately and all that. Listen, he still has business to handle at cruiserweight and at 175 is if he chooses. Let's see what happens. But I'm very eager to see what's next for him, and I'm so happy, so excited to see him get so much credit and so much love and so much respect, because a fighter like Benavidez, a go-get-him fighter, a fighter who's willing to fight any fucking body, a fighter that shows up to fight, that guy deserves to be the face of boxing, deserves to be talked about. He don't need no internet clout, no social media clout. He gets his clout in the ring by knocking niggas out, beating fighters down. And that's the guy that we need as a face of boxing. So, round of applause. Shout out to David Benavidez. And I love all the credit that he's getting right now. You guys already know. Share, like, and subscribe.